What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, October 13th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com. iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The Justice League fans got a first glimpse of Amber Heard in costume Wednesday. The 30-year-old actress donned in green as Mera, the Queen of Atlantis and wife of Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, in a production still that IGN shared online. Justice League is based on the DC Comics superhero team of the same name. The movie is directed by Zack Snyder and will feature Mera, Aquaman, Batman played by Ben Affleck, Superman played by Henry Cavill, and Wonder Woman played by Gal Gadot. Heard has confirmed in an interview with Entertainment Tonight in March that she will debut as Mera in the forthcoming film. She will later reprise the character in a standalone Aquaman movie. She said of her costume at the time, "It's interesting. I'm wearing like half suit of armor, half scales. I don't know. It's strange. It's strange. We're in the process of building it right now, so it's coming along." Snyder has compared Justice League to the Magnificent Seven in June, telling Collider that the film will have a team-building aspect. The director previously helmed Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. He says, "It's fun for me to finally get to this point now in the progression of these three movies where we are building a team and making the Justice League." Justice League opens in theaters November 17th, 2017, with Aquaman to follow July 27th, 2018. Heard, who is in the midst of a divorce from actor Johnny Depp, is also slated for What's the Point with Lake Bell. Boyd Holbrook is reportedly headed for the Predator reboot. Deadline reported Tuesday that the 35-year-old actor is in talks to replace Benicio del Toro in the new movie directed by Shane Black, who's directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Iron Man 3. Del Toro was first linked to the project in September, but appears to no longer be in negotiations. Sources told The Hollywood Reporter that the 49-year-old actor was unable to commit due to scheduling issues. The original Predator opened in 1987 and inspired two sequels and the crossover Alien vs. Predator film series. Black, who played Hawkins in the original, says in March to expect his movie to be a big-budget blockbuster. The director told Thrillist, "Fox said we really wanted to make this something, the kind of movie that people line up for. I said, really, you'll spend a bunch of money?" They go, "Yep." I go, "Make it real scale, spectacle. That sounds interesting." He qualified, "I think the first Predator was great and it was contained. It was a perfect little gem for what it was. I think there's an expansion that needs to take place and also just a love for that era, that movie, and the mythology of Predator." Holbrook is known for playing Steve Murphy on the Netflix series Narcos, which was renewed for a third and fourth season in September. He will also star in the third Wolverine movie, Logan. Michelle Williams is set to star in Sean Durkin's upcoming Janis Joplin biopic as the 1960s rock and roll icon. Durkin, who directed Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, has teamed up with producer Peter Newman for the film, which is based on the book Love, Janis, written by Joplin's sister Laura. Newman owns the rights to a large piece of Joplin's catalog and will use her music, along with the book and Joplin's written materials, to create the film, which focuses on the final 6 months of the singer's life. Joplin died in 1970 at the age of 27 from a heroin overdose. Filmmaker Duncan Jones, the son of late rock icon David Bowie, began principal photography this week in Berlin on his new thriller, Mute. Set in 2052, the movie stars Alexander Skarsgård, Paul Rudd, and Justin Theroux, is expected to debut on Netflix next year. Jones said in a statement Wednesday, "Mute is an encapsulation of everything I am fascinated by: noir, science fiction, and unique people in trouble because of who and what they are. I'm delighted to be able to return to Berlin for the shoot, a place I lived for a period of time growing up, and I'm excited to be working with Netflix on a film that is so close to my heart." Ted Sarandos, the Netflix chief content officer, says Duncan Jones is such a dynamic directing force, and the team he has assembled in front of and behind the camera will continue to reinvigorate the science fiction genre. It will be exciting to share this film with Netflix audiences around the world next year. Game of Thrones alum Rose Leslie has joined the cast of The Good Wife spinoff. CBS announced in a press release Wednesday that the 29-year-old Scottish actress will play Maya Sindel, the goddaughter of Diane Lockhart, played by Christine Baranski on the new series. The spinoff will take place 1 year after The Good Wife finale. The show will see Maya, Diane, and Luca Quinn, played by Cush Jumbo, move to a new firm after an enormous financial scam destroys Maya's reputation as an attorney and wipes out Diane's savings. Executive producers Robert and Michelle King said in a joint statement, "We're thrilled to have Rose on board. We need a young actress who could hold her own with Christine Baranski and Cuts Jumbo, and Rose is perfect. They also added, she's real, she's strong, and she can play comedy. If we design an actress from the ground up, we couldn't have done better. The Good Wife, which starred Julianne Margulies as Alicia Flottrick, came to a close in May after 7 seasons. CBS confirmed the same month that Baranski would star in a spin-off on its on-demand service CBS All Access. CBS television studio president David Staff said at the time, the quality of The Good Wife has always rivaled anything on television, and we're excited to tell more stories with some of the brilliant characters Robert and Michelle King created. Leslie is known for playing Garrett on Game of Thrones and Gwen Dawson on Downton Abbey. The Good Wife spinoff will premiere in spring 2017, with Sarah Steele also slated to reprise her role as Marissa Gold. Paget Brewster is very excited to rejoin Criminal Minds. 47-year-old actress who will reprise Emily Prentiss on the CBS series discussed her return to the show in an interview with Entertainment Tonight ahead of her season 12 debut. She said Prentiss has been running Interpol for 4 years, and now it's just really nice to be back on the team full-time. So far, they've made her powerful and good at the job and invest. Brewster had shared similar sentiments about her return in a previous interview with TV Guide. The actress starred as Prentiss in season 2 through 6 and appeared as a guest star in season 9 and 11. She says the fact of the matter is there really aren't that many shows that I love as much as Criminal Minds. I left at the right time for the right reasons, but I love those guys. We never stop being friends. It's such a great group there. She also added, it is a true family. There are not families without problems and people fight, but it's because we all care a lot about the show. I love that show, and I love our fans, and I love everyone on it. I love the cast and the crew. It's the best situation I've ever been in. CBS had announced in August that Brewster was being promoted to series regular ahead of her return. The actress was initially slated to guest star in 6 episodes of season 12. Producer Erica Messer explained to ET it was because she's a fan favorite and we all love and miss her so much here. The series airs Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and co-stars Matthew Great Gubler, AJ Cole, and Kristen Vangsness. Devin Murray, who starred as accident-prone Seamus Finnegan in the Harry Potter films, spoke openly about his battle with depression and suicidal thoughts. Murray chose October 10th, World Mental Health Day, to share his struggles on Twitter. He tweeted, I've been battling depression in silence for 10 years and only recently spoke about it and has made a huge difference. Hashtag World Mental Health Day. Murray encouraged people to reach out to friends and family who may be suffering. He said in the second tweet, if you suspect a friend or family member is suffering in silence, hashtag reach out to them. Let them know you care. Hashtag World Mental Health Day. Rent, Ida, and disaster star Adam Pascal is taking over the role of William Shakespeare in the Broadway musical Something Rotten, the show's producers announced. He will begin performances November 7th and continue until the production wraps up on January 1st. The press release explains, welcome to the 90s, the 1590s, long before the dawn of premium tickets, star casting, and reminders to turn off your cell phones. Brother Nick and Nigel Bottom are desperate to write a hit play, but are stuck in the shadows of that Renaissance rock star known as the Bard. When a local soothsayer foretells that the future of theater involves singing, dancing, and acting at the same time, Nick and Nigel set out to write the world's very first musical. Something Rotten co-stars Brad Oscar and Rob McClure. Gabrielle Union is suing BET up to $1 million for a breach of contract and negligent misrepresentation over her hit series Being Mary Jane, according to court documents obtained by Entertainment Tonight that were filed Tuesday in Los Angeles County Superior Court. Union's attorney Marty Singer alleges that the network is attempting to film 2 10-episode seasons of the show back-to-back in order to fraudulently extend the term of her contract. Singer says in the documents BT has no right to refuse to honor its representation insurance to plaintiffs that no season of the series would have more than 13 episodes and to manipulate the shooting schedule for the series in this matter in order to avoid paying plaintiffs the compensation they are owed. In a statement to E! News, Singer explains, we filed this lawsuit because of BT's outrageous conduct towards its number one star on its high-rated show. BT has responded to the lawsuit in their own statement, noting, while we hold Gabrielle Union in the highest esteem, we feel strongly that we are contractually well within our rights and are committed to reaching a swift and positive resolution in this matter. Previously, Season 1 of Being Mary Jane aired 8 episodes, with Season 2 airing 12 and Season 3 consisting of 10. The actress's deal said to not have any seasons extend past 13 episodes studios so that she can continue her film pursuits. Union was set to receive $150,000 per episode for Season 4 and $165,000 for Season 5 under the original agreement. She is seeking damages for at least $1 million and for the contract to be amended to reflect her desires for there to only be 13 episodes a season. Union last made headlines Tuesday when she explained to moviegoers in the latest issue of Essence magazine that it's okay to skip out on her latest film, Birth of a Nation, due to the rape controversy surrounding its director and star, Nate Parker. LEGO has unveiled its new Yellow Submarine set, which includes all 4 members of the Beatles and Jeremy Hillary Boob from the animated movie. Kevin Zetto pitched the idea to LEGO in 2015 through the company's website, and it garnered the 10,000 voted needed to send the set into production. LEGO released a trailer from the set in which the Fab Four takes to the Yellow Submarine to rescue a fisherman from a sea monster. The set is available starting in November and will retail for $59.99. Bryan Cranston has revealed how determined he was to land the iconic role of Walter White on AMC's Breaking Bad. The actor said Tuesday while promoting his upcoming memoir, A Life in Parts, on CBS This Morning, "All we know is to be able to identify well-written material, and I knew it was exceptional material, and I wanted it badly." He also said, "I lifted my leg and marked him with my Firminomes. You're going to give me this role, and I'm not leaving." Cranston joked about how he lobbied Breaking Bad creator Vince Gilligan for the part. Eventually, the 60-year-old noted how Gilligan became convinced, even if the network wasn't. Cranston said, "Without Vince Gilligan being my champion to get the role, it would never have happened, and I'm grateful that it did. But he took a chance to take a character and change him from a good person to a bad person that has never been done in the history of series television." The memoir, which was released on Tuesday, gave fans a glimpse into Cranston's life, including surprising revelations about his difficult childhood, how he was briefly a suspect in a murder case, and his experience dating an ex-girlfriend who threatened to kill him. He writes, "I was murderous and I was capable of great love. I was victim, moored by my circumstances, and I was the danger. I was Walter White, but I was never more myself," Cranston wrote in the book. Pop star Miley Cyrus says her Crisis in 6 Scenes director Woody Allen is a great person and a good dad. The 23-year-old singer and actress explained her decision to work with the controversial 80-year-old director on his Amazon series in the October 11th issue of Variety. Cyrus told the magazine, "I have a similar life to Woody. I live a public life. Until I know someone and I know their story, I never really judge anyone. That's the kind of how I went into it." He said, "From the way I saw him with his family, I never saw him be anything but an incredible person and a really great dad. People might slam me for saying that. I'm sure it was a hard time for that family. My family has been through hard things, and I think everybody's suffering is different." Allen's daughter Dylan Farrow has accused him again in 2014 of sexually abusing her as a child. Her brother Ronan Farrow criticized actors in May for continuing to work with Allen despite the director having denied the allegations. Ronan wrote in an essay to the Hollywood Reporter, "The old school media's slow evolution has helped create a culture of impunity and silence. Actors, including some I admire greatly, continue to line up to star in his movies." He says Cafe Society starring Kristen Stewart and Blake Lively can trust that the press won't ask them the tough questions. That kind of silence isn't just wrong. It's dangerous. It sends a message to victims that is not worth the anguish of coming forward. Cyrus previously praised Allen in his process in an interview with Vanity Fair in September. The actor said there was a magic in the way the director works, calling him super resourceful and really awesome. She lauded, "What I love about Woody Allen is that he's never putting anything on. He's never fake, and he exactly knows who he is through and through. For me, I have the highest respect of anyone who is truly themselves." Crisis in 6 Scenes premieres September 30th. Minnie Driver shared a personal story of how she was physically assaulted by a stranger when she was 17 years old. Driver detailed Tuesday while appearing on Cyrus XM Stand Up with Peter Dominic, "I was on vacation in Greece and this guy kind of elbow grabbed me and said, 'You're going to dance with me.' I said no, and I pulled my arm away from him and he grabbed me by the back of my hair. I tried to kick him and then he punched me." The actress, now 46, continued. According to Driver, when police arrived, they put the blame on her for being attacked due to denying the man a dance. The Oscar nominee says they're like, sure, if you want to come back to Athens and press charges, but the way they presented it was this guy was just having a good time, and if you'd gone along with it, it would have been fine. If you just danced with him, you wouldn't be in this position that you're in now. And I think that's the way it was framed for most young women. Then Driver related the experience to how young women feel in similar situations. She said, when you're 17, 18, you're going out, the idea of unwanted male attention is something that you're supposed to put up with because it is somehow your role that a guy can come and touch you. She also added, he can put his hands way too far down the small of your back, so that's his hand is kind of going into your butt, and that's all right. Then you can be shepherd, hair, touch, mauled. I think young women have been belittled when they've said something. I remember getting called a prude. Driver's story comes days after actress Amber Tamblyn shared a sexual assault story on social media where she detailed how an ex-boyfriend forcefully grabbed and groped her. The recount also took aim at presidential nominee Donald Trump, who has been under fire for uncovered comments he made about grabbing women. Shailene Woodley shared a poem of her on Instagram after she was arrested for peacefully protesting at the Dakota Access Pipeline site. Woodley was arrested Monday during a protest at the site of the controversial oil pipeline in North Dakota, which she shared via Facebook Live. The actress, who recently starred in The Fault in Our Stars and Snowden, shared a photo on Instagram along with the poem and a series of hashtags. She wrote, "One day, baby, we'll sing our poetry, the words dripping from our tongues wet with ripened patience, and the lyrics, the sweet fruits born from the seeds our aging hands are now sowing. Hashtag always and always. Hashtag heart forward. Hashtag up to us. Hashtag no DAPL. Hashtag protect clean water. Hashtag I am on your side." Woodley has been in line with the protesters' cause since the news of the pipeline started to spread. Kim Kardashian filed a libel suit against the gossip site MediaTakeout.com, its owner Fred Maganwahahoga, after the site claimed she lied about her Paris ordeal. Attorney Andrew Bretler said in the suit, after having been the victim of a horrific and traumatic armed robbery in France, Kim Kardashian returned to the United States only to again be victimized, but this time by an online gossip tabloid that published a series of articles in early October 2016 referencing to her as a liar and a thief. On October 2nd, Kardashian was bound and robbed by two armed men who entered her Paris hotel room dressed as police officers and took $11 million in jewelry. The site wrote a series of stories which claimed Kardashian faked the robbery, lied about the violent assault, and then filed a fraudulent claim with her insurance company to bilk her carrier out of millions of dollars, Bretler said in the court documents. Kardashian is suing for general, special, punitive, and exemplary damages. In a passing to report, Tommy Ford, the star of 90s television series Martin, is dead at the age of 52. Earlier reports stated that the actor was on life support in an Atlanta hospital after suffering a ruptured aneurysm on Sunday. Tommy Ford played the beloved character Tommy on all 5 seasons of Martin Lawrence's influential Fox sitcom, which aired from 1992 to 1997. He was 52. Atlanta star Donald Glover is reportedly a first-time dad. Us Weekly reported Tuesday that the 33-year-old actor, who also sings under the name Childish Gambino, welcomed his first child with his girlfriend earlier this year. Glover first sparked speculation in January when he was spotted with an unidentified pregnant woman in Hawaii. He and the woman were seen pushing a baby stroller in New York in May. Sources told Entertainment Tonight that a woman resembling Glover's girlfriend attended the singer's Pharaoh's concert with her baby in Joshua Tree, California over Labor Day weekend. The pair were in the VIP section. Glover boasted over 2.5 million followers on social media, but only has a single post on Instagram. The private actor said on the Today Show in 2014 that he doesn't want to post for posting's sake. He said at the time, "I want to make sure that when I puff stuff up, it's for a reason. It counts. I don't want to just be posting up stuff about my dog all the time." Glover is known for playing Troy Barnes on Community. He presently portrays Ernest Marks on Atlanta, which airs Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on FX, and is expected to release his album Pharaohs this year. Janet Jackson, who announced in April that she was taking time off to focus on planning a family, has officially announced her pregnancy after rumors have been swirling for months. Jackson told People magazine in an exclusive interview, "We thank God for our blessing." Jackson, who's 50, announced earlier this year that she was postponing her Unbreakable tour to focus on starting a family with her husband Wasim Al-Mana. Rapper Beanie Sigel and Charlamagne the God took turns trading jabs during an interview on The Breakfast Club Tuesday after Charlamagne said Beanie was a hater. Sigel appeared on the radio show to discuss his recent collaboration with Meek Mill on the song Oh You, which Sigel claimed he helped write, and their subsequent falling out. The Breakfast Club co-host Charlamagne the God told Sigel that out at the beginning of the interview, calling the Philly rapper a hater. Charlamagne says you're sounding like a hater lately. Sigel replied, I don't even think you qualify to say I sound like a hater because you don't know all the particulars, saying that his comments towards Meek were merely advice. Sigel added, you ain't qualified to ask me that question, you ain't qualified to get the answer, bro. Explaining that his desire to record with Meek stemmed from loyalty to the Philly music scene and nothing more. The tense 40-minute interview attempted to shine some light on the feud that started with Sigel and Meek collaborating on the track that took aim at the game and devolved into Sigel and Meek taking aim at each other, including someone from Meek's crew physically assaulting Sigel and Siegel's new diss records aim at Meek. Sigel said, regardless of the outcome of his argument with Meek, more music is coming. He says, you're going to hear a lot of music. I woke. Katy Perry helped CoverGirl introduce her first ever male model, whom she dubbed Cover Boy. The pop star wrote on Instagram Tuesday, just wrapped another great at CoverGirl shoot. Honored to have the pleasure to announce the very first cover boy, James Charles, with a photo alongside with Perry standing next to Charles. According to Billboard, Charles is a 17-year-old high school senior who got the attention of the makeup brand from his Instagram account, which has garnered over 500,000 followers. CoverGirl and Charles each share a video in which the teenager formally introduced himself. He says in the clip, hey guys, my name is James Charles and I'm a 17-year-old makeup artist. Today I'm living out one of my biggest dreams and I'm currently on set for my first ever TV commercial with CoverGirl. That's right, I am a new CoverGirl. Additionally, CoverGirl has shared a shot from their new ad campaign featuring Charles writing, meet at J. Charles Beauty, makeup artist, boundary breaker, and the newest CoverGirl. Charles and Perry will be seen together in an upcoming series of print TV and digital ads for CoverGirl. And here are the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of October 22nd. Number 10, Nash featuring Olivia O'Brien with I Hate You, I Love You. Number 9, The Chainsmokers featuring Die with Don't Let Me Down. Number 8, Sia featuring Sean Paul with Cheap Thrills. Number 7, Shawn Mendes with Treat You Better. Number 6, Dram featuring Lil Yachty with Broccoli. Number 5, DJ Snake featuring Justin Bieber with Let Me Love You. Number 4, Major Lazer featuring Justin Bieber and Emma with Cold Water. Number 3, 21 Pilots with Heathens. Number 2, The Weeknd featuring Daft Punk with Starboy, and the number one song on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts for the week of October 22nd, The Chainsmokers featuring Halsey with Closer. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1950, the actor James Stewart stars in Harvey, a drama about an eccentric man whose best friend is a giant invisible rabbit. Directed by Henry Koster and based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning play of the same name by Mary Chase, Harvey earned Stewart the fourth Best Actor Oscar nomination of his career. Considered one of the greatest Hollywood all-time leading men, Stewart appeared in some 80 movies during his career, including Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, The Philadelphia Story, and It's a Wonderful Life, and was best known for his portrayal of decent, idealistic men. Stewart was born on May 20th, 1908 in Indiana, Pennsylvania. At Princeton University, he performed in music comedies with the Triangle Club before graduating in 1932 with a degree in architecture. There wasn't a great demand for architects in the early 1930s during the Great Depression, so Stewart turned to acting, landing his big role on Broadway in 1934 in Yellow Jack. The following year, he signed a contract with MGM and made his big screen debut in The Murder Man, starring Spencer Tracy. He went on to appear in such movies as You Can't Take That With You in 1938 and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington in 1939, in which his performance as an idealistic senator catapulted him to superstardom and earned him his first Best Actor nomination. Destry Rise Again in 1939, in which he played a marshal opposite Marlene Dietrich, and The Philadelphia Story in 1940, in which he co-starred with Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant. In 1941, at the age of 33, Stewart joined the military as a pilot. Before he returned home in 1945, he reportedly flew 20 bombing missions over Germany. In 1946, Stewart starred in the director Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. According to Stewart's 1997 obituary in the New York Times, his archetypal role in his own favorite with that of George Bailey, the small-town banker in It's a Wonderful Life, Frank Capra's moralistic fantasy in which the hero is rescued from suicide by a pixie-ish angel who shows him how much meaner life would have been in his hometown without him. 1946 feature-length Christmas Card was a failure among audiences who dismissed it as overly sentimental, but in later decades it became one of the most popular movies ever made and a holiday staple on television. After Stewart's acclaimed performance in Harvey, he appeared in such films as The Glenn Miller Story 1954, in which he played the popular big band leader, Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window in 1954, in which he played a wheelchair-bound voyeur photographer, The Man Who Knew Too Much in 1956, and The Spirit of St. Louis in 1957, which featured Stewart as the famous aviator Charles Lindbergh. His films during the 50s also included Hitchcock's Vertigo in 1958, in which he starred as a retired detective opposite Ken Novak, and Anatomy for Murder in 1959, for which he earned his 5th Oscar nomination. During the 60s, Stewart's movies credits include The Man Who Shot Liberty Vance in 1962 and The Shootist in 1976. His final movie was the 1991 animated feature, An American Tale, Fievel Goes West, in which he voiced the character of Wiley. Stewart died in Beverly Hills, California on July 2nd, 1997, at the age of 89. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, October 13th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.